It can be disheartening. I think that might have been some of what we saw with Haas and his numbers declining.
Now here's Beverly. They set the pick. Puts up a three. Here's Howard. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Hall's a free agent this offseason. Playing well over the last 3 seasons, he was a safe bet to get a nice new contract. Big guys with his skill level, they get paid in this league.
The first free throw is good.
And for Haas, a rare skill set. Not that many 7-footers who can shoot from three-point range the way he can. And as much as teams value threes nowadays, not surprising he commanded a nice payday in free agency.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Clippers. Second free throw, no good. Dwight Howard joining a great lineage, Steve, of Houston Rocket big men over the years, from the great Elvin Hayes to Moses Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon to Yao Ming. I mean, what a litany of wonderful players in the history of that franchise.
Yeah, there was that great photo at the press conference a couple years back when Dwight signed with Houston. The photo included a lot of those former Rocket big men, and I think it's a good fit. He seems to be very comfortable in Houston, and he's part of what is a really good young club.
Here's Beverly following the basket by Chris Paul. And Beverly kicks to Howard. The feed to Beverly. Off the left rim and out.
And the Rockets hiring Hakeem Olajuwon to work with Dwight on his moves. Between the Dream and Kevin McHale, that's a wealth of post-scoring expertise for Howard to draw upon. But again, those two guys did it at a Hall of Fame level. Dwight has that potential, but will he put in the work necessary to grow into that type of low post score?
Paul can't get it to go.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Jones against Griffin. And here's Beverly. The 10-footer. Crawford with the rebound.
Kevin McHale has worked with Dwight on trying to stay low and exploit his quickness advantage, beat his defender to the spot, and then power through for the finish.
Beverly with the ball. Back to Ariza. Paul with the steal. To the middle. Here's Barnes. Here's Griffin. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Griffin's got 10 points.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him. Blake Griffin, arguably the top posterizer in the game. Opponents don't like being embarrassed, and they'll take a hard foul on him if need be. Some have said that Griffin needs to retaliate for his own well-being. He's got to go back at some of those guys.
Timeout called the Rockets. And Griffin has said he thought about retaliating for the hard fouls, but he said, Steve, you know, it might be best for me, but getting suspended would be very bad for my team. He had his head on straight, obviously.
Well, yeah, credit him for trying to keep his cool and not get caught up in the moment. But understand that, there's always a two-way street. He oftentimes initiates the contact, and he's such a physical player that he's always going to get caught up and tangled up with other players.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
14 foul.
Here's Beverly.
Tell you what, boy, it's hard to watch when the guy gets good shots and misses them. He's missed everything this quarter. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
In the corner, it's Crawford. Passes it to Griffin. Back to Crawford. Shot clock at 6. Now Griffin inside. Jordan dishes to Griffin. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Rockets trail by 4. Beverly the pass to Jones. They need this one. Can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gotten into trouble with the through ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Paul kicks to Crawford, lets it go from deep. The Rockets pull it in. Jones has got 5 rebounds tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Kicks it to Howard. The second chance effort, and he can't bank that one in. Los Angeles leading by 4. Now here's Paul. He's got 8. Griffin sets the screen for Crawford. Kicks it out to Paul. Launches it. Offensive rebound. The shot's good from Griffin. Griffin's got 4 points this quarter.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Now here's Beverly. Jones with the screen on Paul. Beverly dishes to Brewer. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Brewer's got 8 points.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Pick by Griffin. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. A stupendous finish in traffic. 10 points for him.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Beverly with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Beverly the pass to Brewer. In low to Howell. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
Catching up in the changes for Houston. Montiunas is checked in for Howard. Smith comes in for Jones. James Harden, he's checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's McDaniels in for Patrick Beverly. And here is Paul. Josh Smith getting his 3 to go. They set the screen. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. There's the lob to the hoop. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Chris Paul. He's been just lighting it up recently. His stats speak for themselves. First in assists, second in steals, and he's just been so consistent from the foul line, ranking in the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And you know, you threw his #1 assist ranking out there, Steve, and what's really impressive is that not only is he creative, but he's a willing passer. The guy wants to give it up, and he really makes it easy for his teammates to score because he's so good at giving them the ball in ideal position.
Montiunas no luck.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though.
Now Paul. He's got 10. Shoots from 12. Harden grabs the miss. Rockets trailed by 3. Here's McDaniels. Here's Smith. And he uses the glass on the layup. Smith's got his 3rd basket of the night. The Clippers shooting 41% for the game. Here is Paul. Redick is in the corner. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, the Clippers backcourt of Chris Paul and J.J. Redick, a great combo. But the two were bitter rivals playing in the ACC, even exchanging blows back in 2004. Redick said, "I knew he didn't like me, and I didn't like him either." Paul said it was their competitive natures that led them to clash. But guys, as teammates, they become good friends.
Yeah, sometimes the players you hate to face make the best teammates. Thanks, Doris. Paul can't get it to go.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
1:24 left now here in the second. It's Harden with the drive. And Montiunas the basket on the assist by Harden. And now a 4-point Houston lead. 1:11 left in the first half of the game. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Paul kicks to Jordan. Nobody near Barnes. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
You know, Josh Smith is a very talented player, but if you have to pick his game apart, he's a bit of a tweener. You know, he's not really a power forward in a traditional sense, but not a three-man either. He's an athlete who can do a lot of different things, but so much depends on the players he has around him. It needs to be the right fit.
That free throw, no good. And with Smith playing at the 4, it used to be a luxury as he can defend players with his reach, but now Clark, it's almost a necessity as he gets older, and his shot from outside isn't what it needs to be.
Well, in the modern NBA, Kevin, you know this as well as I do, you got to have perimeter threats, and if you play him at the 3, it can put you at a real disadvantage.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Well, Griffin, a former dunk contest champion, but make no mistake, Blake is a game dunker, always among the league leaders, and his size with that strength, the way he gets off the floor is just unbelievable.
Count that one. 12 points for Chris Paul.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Here's Houston now. They're on a 12-4 run. Harden kicks to Smith, jacks up a 3. The shot is off. The Clippers go the other way with it. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Harden against Paul. Griffin a screen on Harden. Paul dishes to Griffin. 6 to shoot. Turkoglu kicks to Paul. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. 9 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Paul. Count it from 12. Paul's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
It's a tie game here in Houston. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Josh, you guys seemed intent on getting this win tonight. How important a game was this to this team?
Most definitely. I mean, this game is as important as the next. We really need this win. I'm pretty sure they need it too. So, you know, you expect a good show out of all of us.
Two hungry teams, no doubt about it, Josh. Thanks for the time.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
Well, I love his tenacity defensively. The way he plays at that end of the floor has been a major factor here in this game.
And as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance and uncomfortable.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And the Clippers looking at who they've got. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. Crawford and Barnes filling out the wings. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. Here's Paul. James Harden picking up that last basket. It's stolen by Jones. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
And it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, when you talk about vocal leaders among NBA players, you'd have to put Chris Paul right at the top of the list. Always talking, a coach on the floor. but also makes his teammates better.
For Los Angeles, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And as a team, they're shooting about 75